confront those teachers who have no idea about education. And I'm, in future, if nobody does it, I'm going to make schools in India, and I'm going to ask all the parents to give me those duffers from the school who are not worth anything from you, and I'm going to convert diamonds out of them. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to bring innovative technologies where a person reads at 250 or 300 words a minute, and a fast reader might go to 400, and they have around 80–90% comprehension. And we have techniques right now in the world where we can read 1 lakh words with 90% comprehension per minute. 1 lakh words. Isn't that exciting? I want them to learn latest languages. I will take them through the curriculum which they have in just 2 hours. In 6 hours, I will develop the skills. I want kids to come out of the school where they're fluent in 7 languages, where they can talk and communicate. They will have a skill which would be as good as a master's by the time they come out of school. It's just about application. It's just about giving direction. Let's talk about the energy crisis. We hear the nuclear power, and there are a lot of issues with nuclear power. This country has enough wind, it has enough solar power where we could actually tap into it. And I have an idea, for example, I can share. If somebody wants to pick it up, please, because if you don't, I will do it in the next few years. There are solar panels available, which a guy in a village can assemble at the cost of just 2,000 to 3,000 rupees, which has a life of 20 years. And if you can actually teach this guy in a village to assemble it and place it on his roof, and while he's working in his fields and when the harsh sun is going around, it will produce 50 watts of electricity every hour. He can use, we have the full electrification of the country. We will have power in an abundance, and he can push it back into the grid and get money from the government. Same thing can be done with wind turbines, which can be made and assembled at home at 8,000 to 9,000 rupees. And if we have larger numbers, it could be much, much cheaper. Why not place it on his rooftop? We have got a huge coastline. Why not fund these people and ask them to put 5% and you funded 95%, and let them be owners, and we won't have a crisis in this country, because the power of this country is the people. We don't have oil, we don't have gold anymore, because everything, we don't have the diamonds, but the diamonds are right here, the people. Develop those skills, make those people competent. If you look at the infrastructure, I have a question for Mrs. Sheila Dikshit. I heard you saying that you will not allow Delhi to grow vertically. Maybe we are in the seismic zone. I don't think so bigger than Tokyo. You should actually travel and look at Tokyo. You should travel and look at Singapore. You should go and have a look at Hong Kong. Look at Shanghai. 60-story high-rises residential complexes. Look at the infrastructure. Go to New York, go to Manhattan. Look at the high-rises. Look at how tourists are attracted and they come there. And if we had this vision to actually make high-rises in Delhi, the city would have looked much more beautiful. We would have space for more parks. We would have space for children to play. We would have place finally maybe where people could exercise. If you look at the capital of this country, New Delhi, supposed to be the best city in the country. Do you think there is any plan for exercise? There is any plan for any fitness centers, maybe 1 or 2 clubs, DDA, etc., which are like 30 kilometers or 25 kilometers apart? We are trying to build a nation on health, no infrastructure. I have known it, I've been in the business, I understand it completely. Look at the kids, obesity. There's no idea about physical education in this country. It is bad, you know, you cannot do. And look how ugly we are becoming fat, becoming obese. We are becoming unhealthy. And that foundation seed has to come from physical fitness. Go and look at China, what they're doing. How much emphasis, and how many fat people you see in China? Very few. Because it's a system, it's a government. It's not the People's Republic, it's the government republic of China. And we are the People Republic of India. And we have to do something about it. And if we don't, our new generations are going to be obese, sick. We are the champions in diabetes, and if somebody has any confusion that China is the world capital, excuse me, India is, because we have so many more undiagnosed cases of diabetes, and people are dying every day, not even realizing that they've got diabetes. That's a separate topic where we are so used to actually pulling down people rather than encouraging people who come out with path-breaking discoveries or work which we do. Some people have issues where I talk about reversing diabetes, and I want to clarify it for a lot of people that reversing diabetes is not about curing diabetes. Today we do not have a method to cure diabetes. It's a lifestyle disease. It's not an endocrinological disease. It's a lifestyle disease. It's related to your lifestyle, what you eat, how you exercise, what amount of stress you have, and are you organized or are you disorganized? And when I say reversing diabetes, people think we are talking about curing. No, ladies and gentlemen, when we're talking about reversing diabetes, we talk about that we need to work from every aspect, your exercise, your nutrition, your stress, your blood sugar monitoring, everything put together. And then gradually, and vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, herbs, I've been working on this for 15 years now. And there's so much more to be done. And we give them this combination, and we see that the blood sugar levels start to improve. We bring them below 120 milligrams per deciliter, and gradually we wean them off the oral hypoglycemics, the allopathic drugs, by 1/4 tablet, while maintaining and monitoring the blood sugar levels. And when they do it, after some time, we see that we are able to wean people off not only oral hypoglycemics, but insulin as well in type 2 diabetes. And that's what I talk about reversing, because if you go back to your old lifestyle and you start eating your vada pav and you start drinking cold drinks and you start doing everything and not exercising, the diabetes is going to come back again. That's why it's a lifestyle disease. And that's why we can reverse it. And if you do well, you can maintain it very well at the reverse level without being dependent on the pills, and you can have a fantastic life. But some people in this country have issue with that. Why is it that Dr. Gaurav or Dr. G is becoming so popular? Let's pull him down. Let's complain. Let's do this. Let's talk about something where we can actually influence him so that he starts to fear us. Friends, I'm fearless. Take my life, but I won't take my words back. It is reversing diabetes. You want to do anything, break me into pieces, into tatters, into small atoms, and every atom is going to start saying reversing diabetes. Every atom is going to say that yes, we can do it, we can innovate, we can bring technologies which the world can appreciate. My work is appreciated in America. They want me there, but my heart is here. And I'm going to keep on innovating because the way medicine is going forward, if you don't innovate, you're going to die. It's a very simple example. For example, let's talk about this small phone you were talking about, iPhone. When the cell phones came into India, I wasn't in India at that time, and yes, of course, I used those huge, bulky cell phones. And it was fantastic that we could actually communicate, and the radiation was fantastic. It was too much. There are a lot of issues right now, but we are so used to it. Communicating. The technology is moving at that fast pace that the processor is getting twice as fast within 1 year. Every year you will see a new processor coming out. And in future, you would see that this cell phone with this much information in this size is going to be nano-sized. Nano-sized. Let me give an example of nanotechnology, where we are investing and working a lot over the years. The width of your hair is around 100,000, that means 1 lakh nanometers. The width of your hair. The width of your erythrocyte is 10,000 nanometers. And you will have computers as small as 50 nanometers, 100 nanometers, which you cannot even see with your bare eye. And those computers would be injected into your system. Those technologies are happening. And this is not far away, 30, 35 years, maximum by 2050. There would be a convergence. There would be the convergence of the physical brain or intelligence which we have right now and the virtual. Computers would be put into humans, and they can store unlimited information. And at that time is the transcendence, where humans would be robots and there would be so many technologies coming out. Is India anywhere close to that? Netherlands has already done experiments and they've shown the nanobots as spermatozoids who can do insemination. We are talking about right now, we're talking about Netherlands, we're talking about Holland. Where is India right now? We are supposed to be the brains of this world. You go to NASA, you'll go and see Silicon Valley, you would see Indians innovating. You've got the CEO of Microsoft, the next person in Google is again an Indian. And if you look at the technologies, what they are doing in America, Indians play a huge role. Why is it that we don't have it here? Excuse me, don't expect those Indians to actually come back and build this country, because they have taken that country as their own country. They stay as Indians. But who's going to do? Not everybody is a crack nut like me who says, I want to get back and I want to build this country. I want people from India to wake up from their slumber. Take out your shell after shell after shell and see the God inside you, the power inside you. As I say, aham, it's me. If I can think, I am the part of God. I am no piece of crap if He has created me. Aham. And I say, aham, Shivam, because I'm a Hindu, there could be a part of Allah in you, there could be a part of Jesus in you, whatever your beliefs are, but there is some part of God inside you. And if you can believe in yourself, then you are. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to share the mantra of success with you today. Because it's great to criticize, it's great to talk about those things, and we can talk about a lot of fantastic things and a lot of bad things in this country. I want to talk about, is there a success formula? I have studied every possible success book in this world, from The Secret to Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And in my difficult times, those were the fodder for my belief that you can still do it. But book after book, there wasn't an answer. If you dig deep and then you understand that, yes, there is a blueprint. And if you can get this blueprint, then you can actually not only change your life, you can change your society, you can change this world, and you can change the complete existence of your being. So ladies and gentlemen, if you can think you're a human, aham, that means if you can think, then you are. Then you're a part of God, then you can create, you can do anything. And if you are, then you can definitely love something. If you're trying to make a career by being a person who is great at arts and getting into medicine, you will become an average doctor. If you are great at engineering and you try and do something which is not close to your heart because that's exciting, because information technology is in, and you make a career because your parents tell you and you don't have the guts to tell them that, no, I am not made for that. I'm a monkey, I need to climb trees, I'm not supposed to swim in water because I do a lousy job there. So the formula goes very simple. If you can remember this thing, aham, if you can think, then you are. If you love something, that means every person in this world. Oh, sorry, we are out of time.
Yes, sir.
So anyways, I'll quickly take you through this, and if you can remember this, it'll be very exciting, because this is the formula. If you can think, you love something, then if you love something, then start dreaming. Dream, and dream big. But you can dream, but you can be a person who is living in the dreams. You cannot conceptualize anything, then start conceptualizing, start seeing things. That means start writing things on paper, that this is what you want to do. If you want to be a great dancer, dance. If you want to be a great singer, be a great singer. Believe in yourself. And then mentalize it, don't visualize it, mentalize it. Mentalize it and see that you're successful. And then after that, you have to apply it. You have to apply it continuously, day after day. Persistence, perseverance, and the key, the last thing which most of the people don't have, patience. So I make a tongue twister out of it. If you can remember Talmap, it's Talmap, the mantra of success is Talmap. Think, dream, love, dream, mentalize, apply, act, persistence, perseverance, and patience. Because if you want to be a tomato plant, then you'll be ready in 3 months. But if you want to be an olive tree, you'll have to wait for a lot of years for you to reap the fruit. But you will reap a lot of fruit over the years. And if you can take this message I've learned from my life, use it, and let's change this country. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gaurav Sharma. I'm going to ask you to be on the stage for a while. Well, now we really know why are you such a sought after speaker, not only nationally but internationally as well. And yes, I do agree that yes, our education system is like a rot routine. We've been studying Jack and Jill right from our childhood till date. There's no change. And now I'm going to ask Mr. Satya to kindly present a moment or two to you as a mark of respect. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our very own Dr. Gaurav Sharma for such a wonderful, wonderful insight. And now, let me invite on stage India's most respected politician and the founder and the president of the Lok Satta Party to address on governance, democratic reforms and economic freedom. And he's none other than Dr. Jayaprakash Narayan. Well, he strongly believes that his experience in government convinced him that faulty governance process was the biggest hurdle to Indians and the Indias for achieving success, and let him speak when he is amongst us. Thank you so much, sir.
Friends, I'll be brief and I'll try and provoke you a great deal. I'll also try and dispel some prevalent myths in this country. It is self-evident that we are at a very crucial juncture. At least now, modern history, my apologies for Dr. Kanodia took us through the hoary past. But certainly in contemporary history, in the past 67 years, this probably is the most crucial moment. And I do agree that perform or perish is a very apt description of our current predicament as a country. If you do not now seize the moment and do something spectacular over the next decade or so, we certainly have a monumental problem.